Hey, I'm Luke Pfeiffer with Banana Slug News, and this week for Slug Chat, we're in front of McHenry Library talking to some slugs about the police. Let's go talk to some slugs.
Sometimes I guess I feel a little intimidated by them, but they do make me feel safer.
Sure. Yeah, I don't think race has anything to do with it because it shouldn't have anything to do with it. We're all the same, so police officers have the same goal to protect everyone of every single race and color.
Situation, I think it's important to assess the situation to see whether it's necessary, but I wouldn't hesitate to call the police. I think they definitely are better trained at handling certain situations, and I think it's like a false pretense that we can work without a police. It's not necessarily a police state when you have police governing you or like helping you out. I mean, in certain cases, they can actually be an aid and like protect you.
I tend to feel pretty safe because I feel like if I didn't commit a crime, they're just here as an observer. What do you?
I would say I'm quite the opposite. I feel pretty threatened by police, and a lot of people would say I have an irrational fear of the police, just because I've had a few incidents where I've gotten in trouble with the police, I suppose, to say the least. And even if I'm not doing anything wrong, if I'm driving and there's a cop behind me, I often have to pull over, like, because I'm having a panic attack. They scare me pretty badly, and I guess I can understand why a lot of people would feel threatened by the police instead of safe.
You know, like whenever the police arrive at anywhere, like your first instinct is to run, like your first instinct is to leave, you know, because they can only hurt you, hurt your family, you know. That's kind of like what I learned, especially like because most of, you know, my family and my community are undocumented. So
I feel safe, but I think that's because I'm a white female.
So I do feel like when I do see a cop, I do feel like threatened just because of the tone of my skin or maybe the way I walk or something like that. I do have that sort of like sense of, you know, that I don't feel as safe as I should be feeling.
My parents never had to tell me to, like, you know, be nice to the police because they might hurt me. But other families have to deal with those sorts of conversations.
like I have to remind people in my community, like the police officers work for us. You know what I mean? Like they're here to serve us, they're here to protect us, because people don't feel that way at all. They feel like the police officers like in the corner of the freeway waiting for someone to mess up, waiting to, like, you know what I mean? And I think that we have a lot of, what are those called? Checkpoints that are specifically targeted in areas of immigrants where police officers know they don't have like driver's licenses. And there's more checkpoints in these areas versus like more rich neighborhoods.
Out of a lot of the rallies, there's chants going on to the end with police. I'm not really down with that. When people say no justice, no peace, I'm more down for that. Plus, no racist police. Not f the police. I know it rhymes. I know a lot of that hypes people up a lot. It's more of a just trying to hype people up and get them into that, you know, with the social setting, with the social dynamic that's going on. But I personally don't say f the police. Maybe no racist police, but not the police. It's going too far.
You know, if you're a minority, then obviously you're more likely to be overcritical of the police. And if you're not and you don't have those experiences that a lot of minorities do that are often and very, very often bad experiences, you're less likely to critique the police. I would say nowadays police are more aggressive than they were in the past towards everybody. But I think people need to take into account other people's views and stop overgeneralizing the situation, whether good or bad.
That's all for Slug Chat this week. Make sure to like us on Facebook and stay tuned for next week's Slug Chat. Luke Pfeiffer with BSN, signing out.